I'm Markia. Want to hear something scary?
La Siguanaba. It was Valentine's Day, which meant it was time for the Guatemala City Paper Company's annual employee party. Alejandro had missed last year's party, so when it got late, instead of heading home to his wife and family, he headed to the bar to get himself another drink. There, he saw the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. She also seemed so familiar, but he couldn't remember how or why. "I'm Mariana," she said as her eyes glimmered. Alejandro couldn't believe his luck. He introduced himself, asking if she worked there. "No, a friend invited me," she said as she looked at Alejandro's wedding ring. "They said this was the place to be." She grabbed the drink out of his hand and began drinking it, never breaking eye contact. Alejandro felt his heart beating loudly. She made him feel like a single man again, and he realized that tonight could be the good time he wanted. "Let's get out of here," she murmured. As the two quietly left the party, Alejandro's phone buzzed with a message. He expected a scolding from his wife, Eliza, but instead found a picture of his 10-month-old daughter sleeping. She tuckered herself out, waiting for Papa to come home. Mariana chuckled. Filled with guilt, Alejandro looked up at the gorgeous woman and nodded. He sighed, knowing this would be another night cut short by his responsibilities. Unfazed, Mariana smiled and said, "It's up to you. I'm sure Eliza will take good care of her while we have fun." Alejandro did not remember giving his wife's name, but that wasn't important right now. Mariana was the kind of woman he deserved, he told himself. Just for one night at least. He led her to a deserted area along the riverbanks of the Rio Contreras, and Mariana suggested they go for a swim. She removed her clothes and waded into the water. Alejandro scrambled after her, reaching his hand out to caress her back. When she turned around, the beautiful woman melted away. Her face grew long and horse-like, and her eyes became a piercing red. Her hands were now bloody, razor-sharp hooves. Alejandro knew the legends. For centuries, the children of Central America have heard the haunting stories of La Siguanaba, a supernatural shapeshifter that roams the streets every night looking for prey. She hunts and punishes unfaithful partners, but he had never believed. Through his terror, he sputtered, "It can't be. You can't be." Her voice grew coarse and growled.
"Say my name."
He shuddered, refusing at first to admit it to himself. Then he gave in. "La Siguanaba," he cried. "You are the dreaded La Siguanaba." The now grotesque nightmare spoke.
"I have been waiting a long time to meet you, Alejandro."
He stammered and begged, "Please, I have a wife and a daughter, a baby."
"If they truly mattered to you, then you would not be here at my mercy."
La Siguanaba bellowed and then added,
"But do not worry about them. I will care for what you have cast aside."
Alejandro screamed as the shadow of La Siguanaba fell upon him. That morning, Alejandro's wife, Eliza, was visited by La Siguanaba, now back in the human form of Mariana. The supernatural shapeshifter hugged Eliza tightly as she caressed her hair and then kissed the baby on the forehead and said, "You were right, my sweet Eliza. He wasn't worthy of you. I'll be here as long as you need me."